everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's spring here in central England. That there is the most amazing European magnolia tree, and today we're going to cook a fabulous chicken dish with cider and cream. So enough of the weather, enough of my garden. Let's check out the ingredients, shall we? Okay, so the ingredients, I've got 6 beautiful plump chicken thighs, skin on, bone in. I've got some cider, preferably dry cider for this dish, but I will say that any cider will work, it really will. I've got some chicken stock, I've got some whole grain mustard there, I've got some creme fraiche or heavy cream, whatever you can get, a little bit of butter. I've got about 6 ounces of thinly sliced mushrooms. Here at the front, I've got some garlic, some fresh parsley, some fresh rosemary. You can use dry as well. The alternative quantities of dry herbs will be contained in the ingredient list in the description below. And I've also got 1 large finely chopped onion. So there isn't much else to say apart from let's crack on and get the dish rolling on the stove. Okay, so we've got 6 wonderful chicken thighs that we're going to pop in the pan, skin side down. There's going to be quite a lot of fat come out of the skin, and I don't want this dish to be unnecessarily greasy. We will be using a small quantity of butter in a few minutes in this dish. So what we have to do first is leave these chicken thighs in the pan over a medium heat, skin side down, for at least 6 minutes. 6 or 7 minutes later, let's give them a turn, shall we? And as you can see, the skin has given us a lovely brown finish. And we're going to continue sealing these in the pan for a further 5 to 6 minutes until the whole piece of chicken is well sealed all over. So after about 12 minutes in total, our chicken is nicely seared on the outside. I'm going to remove the pieces. Okay, the onions. In with the garlic, beautiful fresh parsley from the garden, and beautiful fresh rosemary from the garden. And we're going to give that a little bit of a stir now. Bear in mind, all these wonderful crusty bits on the base of the pan are going to be removed eventually, because we're going to stir it round. And by the time we've added some stock and some cider, that flavour that's stuck currently to the bottom of the pan will be in the sauce, and it'll help the dish to taste absolutely fabulous. In with the mushrooms. Obviously the mushrooms are going to absorb all the surplus fat in the pan, so this is the time where it's most likely we will need a knob of butter. In with a tablespoon of butter, and we're just going to saute those mushrooms in the pan for about 2 or 3 minutes until they're cooked through. So once the mushrooms are cooked through, I'm just going to add a whole grain mustard. Give that a bit of a stir, and now it's time to add some liquids. First, we're going to go in with some chicken stock, and we're going to bring that to a boil. Once that chicken stock is bubbling away, I'm now going to add about 1.5 cups of cider, and I prefer to use dry cider. Once that comes to the boil, we're going to return the chicken thighs to the pan. And let that simmer on a very low simmer for about half an hour. So let's put the lid on. There we are, get that lid on. And we'll come back to the chicken in about 30 minutes. Smelling just about fabulous in here now, and our chicken is beautifully cooked. What I'm going to do now is remove the chicken pieces from the pan. Increase the heat now I've removed the chicken, and we're going to reduce that wonderful stock just slightly. We're going to reduce that by about 25%. But basically what that means is, if you can see the stock there, we're going to make sure there's a little less of that stock. That would take about 6 or 7 minutes of boiling it quite ferociously. Just going to turn the heat right down and just slowly mix in the cream into the fabulous juices that are the cider, the stock, all the different flavorings. All that's left to do now is pop the chicken back into that amazing sauce. This looks absolutely fabulous. Let's just put the remainder of the juices. I'm just going to cook it for a further 5 minutes because we want this gravy, or the sauce, whichever word you prefer to use, we want that to be slightly thicker. So after reducing our sauce with the chicken in for about 5 to 6 minutes, can you see? Can we get a close up? Can you see how perfect that sauce is? Put an extra little bit of salt and pepper at the end, just to enhance the flavors. There we are. I'm just literally basting each chicken thigh with this amazing, wonderful cream sauce. Hints of herbs, garlic, and cider and mushrooms. And it's time to dish up. Let's get a chicken thigh on that plate. Let's get some of this amazing sauce over that chicken thigh. And we've got a gorgeous garnish there of caramelized apples. Finish with a sprinkle of fresh chives, and there you have the most amazing creamy chicken mushroom cider casserole you'll ever taste. And everyone, if you've enjoyed the video, a great way of supporting us is to subscribe if you haven't already. You can always leave me a comment, smash the like button, or you can tell your friends all about the food revolution going on over on Chef Archie Pie's food channel. I think it's time I got stuck into this. It looks absolutely fabulous.